A lot of times.
right? What does it take to like? All right, while people are coming on, I'll just ask you some questions before we do introductions, because I joked. I said you've done this 800,000 times. When you like, how many reps does a good door-to-door person need to do before they start really hitting their groove?
Just depends on the rep. You know what I mean? Like some
Some
reps
reps
come out
come out
the
the gate
swinging,
swinging,
and then
and then they realize dumb luck, almost
they
like
think
they think
it's like
they're running on adrenaline
that is
that is like
dumb luck,
and then
reality
kicks in, and they train, and then they go back up again.
Okay.
Some people just come out the door sucking,
and
and
then
then they like
say,
okay, how do we
train
train? So I would say probably after like 90 days is a good indicator of like,
I've done well.
I call it the 14-day mark,
90-day
mark, and then 6-month mark.
But I think
But I think anybody should give 6 months of door-to-door solid before they determine whether they're going to keep doing it or not.
Yeah. Does the 10,000 hour type of run like apply also to excellent or expertise?
100%.
Yeah.
Like
I literally just did a critic video where
I was
like, okay,
let me
let me watch this guy's pitch. So like they'll send me their pitches, I'll pull them up on my phone, and I'll critique them.
The guy
that sent it to me, I remember came to my sales boot camp in 2019,
and to
watch his script and just how smooth he was just like so cool to watch. I mean,
he was
probably second or third year rep
in
2019, do the math.
And
that's why it would just look so fluid. And I'm like, man, people at the naked eye would never even notice like little wizard moves he's doing, but I can identify that. You know what I mean?
Right. Did you notice, or did you see, like during 2020, 2021, when things were shut down or people were staying at home, was that a gold mine for door-to-door?
Bro, the best.
Okay.
People.
What's
funny is I have a Facebook group called the Door-to-Door Tribe.
Yeah.
And
people were so mad at me because I'm like, dude, everybody's home, go knock, like right away. Whenever the liberal brain was like, you're killing people, and I had comments like 400 deep that were like, you're killing people, and you're an idiot. And then some people were like, hell, I've had my best weeks ever.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Everybody's home.
Yeah, that's cool. So, all right. So Waterboy's just joined us live. Thanks for hopping in here. It's good to see you, man. I see, like, during COVID, we were looking for, like, what's the opportunity? There's got to be some great opportunity in that, like, just what you're saying about door-to-door, people are home. And the best that I read or heard about was a couple of guys who are like, wait a second, everything's shut down. There's no traffic on the highways. And they're like, cannonball run. And they broke the record for a cannonball run with very little preparation. It was like, threw a marine gas tank in the trunk of their R8 and hit the road. And I'm like,
yes.
Beautiful. But same thing, your comments. People are like, you're killing people. This is, why would you do that when the country's in chaos or crisis? And they're like, because there's an opportunity. Come on. Like, it is not hurting anybody. Let's go.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, I'll keep my distance. We're just trying to speed the spread is what my pitch would say. I'd be like, we're just speeding the spread, just kind of getting it over with.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and, like, as people are jumping on live, good to see you guys. We are going to give away a ticket a little bit later in the show, like 15, 20 minutes from now. We'll start teeing it up. So make sure and go and share this live stream to a group or two. Share it on your own homepage, whatever. Then report back, just like post in the comments, like, hey, I shared this. And then you'll be eligible to win a ticket. So I want to introduce my newest friend, Sam Taggart. We haven't really met before in person. But a friend introduced us and like, dude, you got to talk to Sam. I'm like, why is that? And it's like, he's got a training system and a training business for door-to-door sales, and he's absolutely phenomenal. I'm like, all right, we're talking more. We got on the phone. And so the background that I know about you, Sam, is like, basically, like, I'll give you the short version. I'm going to let you elaborate, is you started in door-to-door sales. You got really good at it. You started teaching other people. And to date, you've taught over 1,700 companies door-to-door, over 60,000 reps. And you even, I didn't know this, you have Door-to-Door Con. You do an annual conference. And you have over 2,000. Was it over 2,500 attendees at Door-to-Door Con?
We had 3,000 this last year.
What? All right. That's cool.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
So we
host
big events to little events
to
to masterminds. Like we're taking 80 CEOs to Croatia this fall.
Really?
All sorts of cool stuff.
Very cool. Are you going to Split, Croatia to start off?
No, we're going to the northern part, to Bled,
Lake
Bled, and like
Provec
or something like that.
Okay.
Excited.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, all right. So I don't have a full introduction for you, but I was looking online stuff, and I see you've published several books. Eat What You Kill, the Closer's Guide, or the ABCs of Closing, and your newest book, The Self-Experience. Experience Your Best Life. So congratulations on those. Do you have more? There's another author named Sam Taggart. I want to make sure, like, is that you or somebody else?
That's me.
Yeah. So. All right. No, I mean, because there's one titled The Public Health Narrative History of Health and Disease in Arkansas. And I was like, I don't think that's the same Sam.
I buy that.
Can you see this?
I've never seen that, bro.
I was like,
that's awesome.
What is that?
I need to go get that just to be like, hey, my brother from another mother right there, my twin.
That's right.
Health books.
That was good. I didn't know that.
All right, good. Well, I was delighted to see on one of your videos, you're on stage and you said, how many of you is your father your hero? And you're honoring your dad. And it was really cool and it was very heartfelt. But I was like, okay, you started by you saying, my dad used to sell Kirby's door to door. So does like sales and specifically door to door like in your blood?
Kind of is. I didn't realize this. I was at a conference that Michael Bernhoff is also speaking. He came and spoke at one of my sales summits. And another attendee comes up to me and says, "Hey, are you related to what's his name? Austin Taggart or something?" And I was like, "Never heard of him." He's like, "My mom was his only employee, his assistant." Turns out that he had 40,000 insurance agent sales reps under him. He was in the 40s. They wrote sales books about him. Lo and behold, a month later, they send me 2 books signed by him, written in the 20s, like OG sales books, 1920s.
Wow.
And it has like a note. And it was like, I'm like, and then I start researching in BYU in Southern Utah, or like Utah County, they have a whole Smithsonian named after it. And I was like, oh, it's like in my blood. And then I start researching, and my dad was an entrepreneur, and his dad was an entrepreneur, and I'm like, there is a little bit of an element of this hustle muscle through my DNA that my grandpa on my mom's side, he was the best in the West at insurance sales at State Farm. So he had an agency, crushed it in insurance. So like a lot of my background actually is DNA wise, I think I was built to be a sales guy. But that being said, if you're listening to this, I think anyone can be trained to be a sales guy. I just was familiar with it based on my parents. My uncles are all entrepreneurs. My brother, you know what I mean? Like that was the world I come from. So it wasn't abnormal for me to drop out of college, to go ship out to Texas and knock doors for a summer right out of high school. Where some people that grew up in a traditional household where their dad's making $70,000 a year, and it's just not how I grew up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so once you do this, give us the Reader's Digest version of like you right out of high school, you went to Texas, started knocking doors.
So
like, how'd you build
I
this
actually
career?
started door to door when I was 11. My brother convinced me to go sell magazines, and then when I was 13, my cousin was like, "Hey, come paint curbs." So I started painting curbs all through high school. I had 11 of my buddies working for me. We called ourselves the Guttermen. I give them their area, MapQuest back in the day, their backpack stencil kits. They bike out the turf. They come back and bring the money. I pay them same day. And we had like an operation going all through high school. And I probably made 6 figures before graduating high school from door-to-door sales.
Wow.
And was the kid that always just kind of like, I got money. I know how to go make it. Why are you working at Starbucks? You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And then in 2008, shipped out to Alarms in Dallas. did alarm sales till 15. Then got into solar, was the VP of sales of a solar company for a couple years. And then end of 17, started Door-to-Door Experts, and Door-to-Door Con 1 was 2018 in January. And this January in 2025 will be our 8th year.
Nice. Well done, by the way. When you started Door-to-Door Con, like, what was your thought? How did you start? I mean, you've never done an event before, or had you?
Never been to an event. I had no idea. And I'm assuming when you started Huge Conference, you were just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I called my sister. Let's back up. I'm sitting on a rock on a 3-day mastermind trip. It was like a 3-day solo fast. You sit for 3 days in the desert.
Wow.
It's day 2, and I have a vision, and it was like, you need to bring the door-to-door community together, because there's so many entrepreneurs, sales reps, they get shame, they get hate, no resources, they're told it's not a real job, and we need to help up-level that.
Yeah.
And God's just sitting there like knocking on my door, being like, you're the guy. And I'm like, no, not me. Like, why me? I've never been to a conference. And they just kept eating at me to where finally I was like, all right, with faith, I'm just gonna like post on social media and be like, I'm throwing a conference, what should we call it? And my sister was like, have you ever been to a conference, little drone event? And she had been at trade shows and stuff. I was like, no, so can I hire you to like help me? So hire my sister. My mom is registration. My sisters are all helping like box the goodie bags and shit. Like, I had no idea. And I was like, if I get like a couple hundred people there, I would be stoked. And we had 850 people there our first year.
First run, well done.
First run. And what happened was Vivint, my ex-employer, they had booked the Salt Palace, same venue, the same day, for free, and brought in Grant Cardone just to try to recruit everybody away from my event.
Wow.
So I got Cardone and Vivint, billion-dollar company, just throwing rocks, and I'm over here just like new guy, self-funded, losing thousands. You know what I mean? Like, and I was like, all right, here we go. And now we like to say we're still trying to figure it out. And somehow we got over 3,000 people there this January, and hope to keep growing it. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, so it's surprising. There's some similarities, a lot of similarities, but the huge convention started with window cleaning and pressure washing, and so it serves the home service industry. But the similarity is so many people that start window cleaning or whatever, pressure washing, their friends and family say, you need to get a real job. That's not a real job. They consider like a window cleaner one step above, like a janitor or the garbage guy or whatever. Like, they're like, that's not, it's terrible. There's no shame in it, but that, like, they put people down. I'm like, no. This is an honorable thing. I wanted to ask you, like, here's what I'd like to do is give us an overview or a quick summary of what you're going to teach people at the huge convention, because you're one of our breakout speakers. But like, what would someone expect to take away? If they take it away, what could they expect to, like, how would it change the scope of their business? And while you answer that, I've got to turn my camera off for a second and fix something, but I'll still be here.
Okay, cool. So guys, if you're attending, and if you're not attending, you guys are idiots. So like, the return on investment, the return on time is unbelievable. So go get your ticket. But number two, like, I've spoken at a lot of conferences. I speak about 100 times a year. So like I do a lot of public speaking today. And what I find is there's so many people looking for this magic funnel, this sales machine, spend money on SEO and marketing, and I'm not going to teach that. I'm going to teach how to sell and how to be a carnivore and how to go self-fund and self-source and go eat what you kill, because I believe in the home service space, those that can go, one, self like carnivore, meaning I go hunt. Two, recruit a team of people like that to go do that, and effectively do that will kick ass. And then marketing and man lead from above is just gravy. But you're not dependent on the Google algorithm and the Facebook this. You are saying I am going to take the results into my own hands and stop being passive and start being active. And I'm going to teach you pitch frameworks, how to run with your teams and look like that. What's that look like? Because I believe those that are in the lighting, the landscape, with the roofing, the HVAC. Like we're missing this key element called the hustle muscle. And I'm not just going to talk mindset. I'm going to talk actual pitch frameworks and what to do to go scale this thing.
Yeah. Okay. That's fantastic. And I bet, if there were 100 guys on the stream right now that started window cleaning and power washing, half of them started by knocking on doors. Because
half of them forgot what got them here today.
Yeah.
And they've put their foot off the gas and wondering why their business isn't doing what it used to.
Yeah. And I don't know why, and I want to ask you that. Like, why do business owners think that, I started by knocking on doors, but I'm not going to hire somebody to knock on doors. That's just not. Where does that come from?
Comes back to my mission to unify a level, bring honor and integrity to the D2D space. And they think that they're the only ones in the world that actually know how to do it. And they're probably like okay at it. And they're afraid and can't find people that are willing to do it, so they say. And then they don't want the reputation of like, oh, what if I get a bad review? I don't want to bug people at night, or what if this? And I'm over here like, you're getting in your own effing way. You're bugging them on Facebook by sending them an ad. You're bugging them by sending them a freaking hate mail in the mail. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
If you could go serve them and say, let me fix your problem, and I'm here right now. Why wouldn't they want to do business with you? I think the customer would respect that more. You just don't know how to approach it the right way.
Yeah. Yeah. And fun fact, like if you knock on somebody's door and they give your company a 1-star review because you knocked on their door, you just report it to Google and Google will take it down.
Yeah, they're not a customer.
Exactly. We had that just 2 weeks ago. Somebody gives a 1-star review because we hung a door hanger on their doorknob. And they're like, that's so unprofessional, 1 star. And Google just said, that's stupid, you're out. But, you're like, okay, I'm going to get off the anecdotal stuff and really ask you questions. Okay, hang on, because I've got them all written down here. You mentioned in one of your videos, and it was probably at Door-to-Door Con, you're like, sometimes the sales guy makes more than the owner because they're the engine of the business. Is that good or bad?
I don't know if it's necessarily good or bad, but I do think it probably should be more common than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what happens is people underpay the guy that is creating a lot of revenue. And I think a lot of times business owners are afraid of not being the highest paid in the room. Where I probably have 6 people in my company that get paid essentially more than me on paper. I have a company value, I have profit share, on my business, but like from a commission checks and a monthly paychecks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go crush. You've got a reoccurring payment. You don't get paid till acquisition most of the time. You got profit that you're reinvesting into the business instead of just cashing checks every time you get money. That's what it takes sometimes to run a business.
Yeah.
Like you can't just be the highest paid all the time, but your sales guys, if you treat them well, they'll stick.
Right on. Yeah, I love it when my team's paycheck is bigger than mine because that means everybody's winning. It's like that's a big deal. So,
yeah.
Very cool. Hold on. You mentioned it in one of your videos. You talked about you want to level people up so they're not ashamed to sell.
I think think about this. Why do people get burnt out? And I think it's because they feel like jaded or a customer had a bad testimonial or a bad review or maybe they were told by their mom like, hey, why are you selling stuff? And I'm like, sales is the lubricant of society.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling ticket. You're selling. I don't care what you're doing. I had to go buy this phone. I had to buy the computer that we're talking on. Like somebody had to sell it. Whether it was a digital ad. And I think too many people are afraid to be like, I'm a salesman. They're like, oh, I'm in landscaping, or I'm in this, and I'm like, yeah, you sell, and then they get it like subconsciously by them being afraid of owning that. What happens to revenue? It goes down. Instead of owning it and being like, look, I'm selling and I'm awesome and it's amazing. Revenue goes up because you're focusing on what you really want, which is more sales.
Right.
But yet you want more sales, but not be sales.
Yeah, come on. So we've got first I got to say hi to Jason. Jason just popped in. How's it going, my friend?
What's up, Jason?
Nice to see you here, man. We teach all of our, we have a window cleaning company here, and we teach everybody to do upsells halfway through the job. That's just normal standard. They're like, I don't want to sell. I'm going to sell. And I'm like, if you're at someone's home and you notice that they have a problem that needs to be addressed and you offer to help them, is that selling? You call it selling.
It's serving.
You're serving them. Yeah, you're just helping solve a problem. Like, guaranteed that homeowner doesn't want to get up on the roof and do something. Like, just offer to do it for them and then let them pay us for it. So it's good for
100%.
everybody. Everybody. So
you shouldn't be ashamed of that. Like, drink more your own Kool-Aid and you'll feel better doing it.
Right. I'm trying to remember who said it. I don't know who it's attributed to. It might have even been a movie quote, but they just said, something that's repeated often enough becomes normal or becomes mundane. It's like repetition. Just do it enough times, and then it's like, there's no more fear. There's no more wham about it. Let's just go.
100%.
What verticals work really well, like great for door-to-door?
Well, most home services, because you can quickly like take window cleaning. You see dirty windows, like somebody knocked my business and sold us. I love getting door-to-door solicitors. I had one yesterday come in and drop this off, and I was like, salespeople!
Right?
So anything that you can identify a problem pretty quickly by observation. So roofing, window cleaning, a solar, pest control, look at the bugs, landscape, pressure wash, that's home service. But I've consulted now Google, Amazon, to stem cells, tech, all sorts of different things that you have to then build around a little bit more prospecting because now you're hopping around because not everybody needs stem cells. So now you have to be more strategic about your data polling. Now you got to be more like there's certain things in that. But for me, I like things that you can go to most homes or most businesses and sell them because then I'm not driving as much. But I mean, I've done from real estate to a ton of different things.
Right. All right. So what do you look for when you're recruiting? Like the type of person that's going to be successful.
It's funny. Like I don't need necessarily somebody that has a big sales professional training background. Somebody's willing to go do the work. I just fired a guy that I thought would have been my best hire in the last 6 months. He was here 10 days. And I fired him. Like I said, 14 days is my mark. Like I will make a decision in 14 days whether I'm going to deal with you for the next 90 days. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, why am I letting you go? And he wasn't making the dials. He was the most talented person in the world. But I'm like, you're not putting the inputs in. He's like, yeah, but it's just boring calling on old data. And I'm like, so I knocked on Saturday, cold old data that nobody asked for me to knock on their door. Yet you're cold calling people that at one point raised their hand, and at one point, and you just have to sit in air conditioning and call them. Like is that like beneath you or something? Do you want me to like spoon feed you a lead? We're door-to-door experts. You're calling door-to-door people, and you say it's like boring? Yeah, this isn't gonna work, bro. See ya.
Right.
He was so talented in sales, and I'm not going to change my entire business model to like baby spoon feed him. I would just rather have like the guy that I thought would be the worst. Just broke my fast start record. Started the same day.
No kidding.
Jamie, and you have this kid Ahmed. I was like, dude, the guy can't put a full sentence together. Why'd we hire this guy?
Yeah.
But he just broke our new record because he just dials the shit out of people, and I'm like, good for him. Good for him.
It's like the Forrest Gump of of dialing. You just let's just do it.
Let's just go knock. Like they don't overthink it. And I'm like, bro, you overthought the crap out of this. And you're probably like, who do I call? When do I call? When should I call? He's just like, next.
Yeah.
I would take that guy all day because I can train him versus a guy that I have to like pull teeth to get him to freaking get out of the car and go knock.
Right. All right. So Jason just posted up a question. Hang on a second. Quiet. In Jason's background, he's a firefighter. He also started a power washing window cleaning company He's really doing a great job. He's building a business that rocks. And he asked, what price point is the easiest to upsell? Does it matter what the number is, like pricing strategy? As long as you're profitable. But you see it 79, 99, 150?
It depends.
It depends. So if you're
when you're
saying
upsell,
meaning you've already sold them something.
Yeah, he's going to start typing. I'm going to imagine he's like, we're already at the job doing something and we want to add things on.
Yeah, so
let's say that my initial pitch. Let me show you how I would do pressure washing. Okay.
So I would
knock and I say, hey, we noticed a lot of these homes have just disgusting driveways, and our job today is we have our pressure washer right here in the truck, and as long as we can get it while we're out here, because they're just down the street over at Susan's, they're gonna come to yours next. And as long as we get it done now while we got the truck out here and after Susan's, I'll do it for super cheap because we don't have to run routes and we've already rented the machine. So I'll get yours done right now. I'll start. Okay. So we charge them whatever you charge them. You start pressure washing, and you just say, hey, just wanted to check in. What's nice since we've already got it all set up, the water's already here. I noticed that you haven't done your siding and all this other, the back patio. Do you guys have a back deck and a back fence or whatever you want to spray? While I'm here, what do you want me just to spray? And it doesn't matter your price point at that point. You say, let me just quote this out. Like you've already done it. We've already agreed. And if they've already said yes to $500 or $300 or whatever you charge them, why would they not throw on an extra $500? You could double your ticket value by saying, let me go to the backyard patio and the side, like I'll spray your whole siding.
Perfect.
It's easy to say yes to a couple $100, and now go upsell them halfway through, like you said on the window cleaning thing.
Yeah. And just in regular sales psychology, and Amazon does it to you every day. It's like the moment you click add to cart or click purchase, then they go, hey, how about this? But you feel good when you buy something. I just
did a funnel. I said, download my playbook. It looks like this for $1. I said, hey, I'll give you a full playbook for $1. Because now I got the credit card information. Then before you go, I will upsell you into something.
Yeah. That just makes perfect sense. Hang on, I want to whistle back around. A bunch of people just jumped in live. So thanks for joining us. We've got Sam Taggart on with us, and Sam is D2D Experts. He's sold millions of dollars of services, products, things from solar to alarms to pest control, door to door himself, and he's taught thousands of people. When I read your stats, I was kind of like, oh shit. I just, because Michael introduced us and was like, this is Sam. He's a great guy. And I talked to you and like, he's a great guy. Then I looked up your background. I was like, oh, you're probably hard to get in touch with because you got 150,000, Instagram followers, and you've published 3 books, and you've trained over 60,000 people. And I was like, okay, we've got a superstar in the room. Get ready. So thanks for joining us live. We're going to give away a ticket in just a few minutes. If you want to be eligible for the ticket, Jason, I know you already got yours. Just share this live stream in another group or on your homepage and let us know that you shared. And I've got a couple trivia questions, and whoever gets the first one right will get the ticket. So, by the way, for those of you good at Google, the trivia questions probably has something to do with the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. So I'll leave it at that. All right, let's look back around, Sam. Hold on. I've asked 7 of my 18 questions. What's it? So I don't want to answer the question for you, but I just find it like people that don't do door to door, like you're just missing such an opportunity because it's such a potent, immediate sales strategy. It's like, I don't have work tomorrow. Guess what? You could fill a day.
Go knock.
Just go knock. Yeah.
So many people think about this. If your closers or salespeople have one appointment on their calendar today, how long do they work?
Like a minute. They get one appointment.
Do you see what I mean?
That's all they do.
No shows. Now how long do they work?
Yeah. Now they're working all day.
So it's kind of like, wait a minute. Okay. I go to the lead. I close that one customer. What do they do?
Your sales guy?
Yeah.
stereotypically, they're like, I'm done. Awesome.
I'm done. I did my thing. I went to an appointment. What if you said go knock 10 doors that way, 10 doors that way?
Yeah.
I can't get back in truck until I've talked to 5 people. Let's call it that. Let's start simple. And if I implemented that with some of these companies that are coming to this, and if I taught them what to say and how to go do that, don't you think right after selling this one, I'm living on cloud 9 or not selling them? I go talk to 5 more people. I pick up another customer or 2.
Yeah, that'd be excellent. And so in our world, we call it's the classic 5 around. Most people do 5 around just by going to the 5 houses and putting a thing on their door, and we do that. But we taught our guys, like, okay, just knock on those 5 doors. Like, if your schedule's not packed, knock on a couple of doors, and we pay them really well because we just want to fill their day. So they get paid for doing the work. They get paid for getting the work. They end up making, like we talked about earlier, they make more than I do. They'll make 40% of the job before they walk away just because they took time. But yet, and I think this is definitely a shortcoming on my part. Like, I don't teach them well. I don't practice them. I don't keep them accountable. We just teach them. We refresh it once in a while, but it's not ingrained in our DNA.
For anybody that wants, there's a door knocking app that we built that tracks this. So you can go for free and go get it. We built it, and I'll just give it away. But go to this website, d2dcrm.com. Pretty simple. And you can monitor the disposition of those 5 homes. So they drop a pin, not home. Drop a pin, call back. And so you should see for every one appointment you give them, let's call it 5 pins dropped.
Yeah.
Now you have a trackable system.
Did you say the D2D CRM.com?
CRM.com.
Okay. Cool. I'll put that up here so people can see it.
So just little things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. Hold on. You still see it?
Yeah. That's it.
All right. Good. All right. So let's play pretend. And I'll tell you what. I promised 6 minutes ago I was going to give away a ticket in 3 minutes. I kind of passed that mark. So let me do this. Now I do know that Water Boys and crew already got a VIP ticket to the show. And Jason bought his tickets last year. Jason's already won tickets for this show, and he gave them to another company in town. It's like, you got to go to the event. So if you already have your tickets, that's okay. You can win another one, and you can give it to somebody else that you think would benefit from coming to the huge convention. Because if you're building a business in home services, you're going to benefit from coming to the huge convention, 1,000%. So here's the trivia question. So it may just be for, who else on here? It may just be for Water Boys and Jason. Let's see who's got the fastest fingers. The Opryland Hotel in Nashville, Tennessee. It's one of the 30 largest hotels in the world, by the way. What year was it first built? What year was the Opryland first built? Now, I'll give you a hint. It's not as old as Nashville. Nashville was founded in 1789, so it wasn't built back then. It's quite a bit newer. I think my camera just bumped. Let me fix this.
You're good now.
There we go. Hey, I'm back. All right, cool. And let's see. Here we go. Mr. Waterboys, you are correct. The original Opryland Hotel was built in 1977. It was the largest hotel in Nashville with 450 rooms at the time. And Jason, thank you for being gracious. Look at that. Well done. Cool. Waterboys, make sure and hit me with a private message to the Huge Convention Facebook page, and I will give you the code so you can go and get that free ticket. Actually, give it to the person that you're going to give the ticket to so they can register on their own. Sound good? And congrats. And thanks for being, good job of being a fast Googler.
Enjoy the weekend, bro.
All right. Sam, you're not still working, are you?
Still working. I'm about to take the boat out, though.
Okay. Nice. All right. And Sam, make sure to say hi to, or Jason, make sure to say hi to Sam whenever you're at the huge convention. Damn it. I'm sorry. I don't have my calendar my schedule right in front of me to tell everybody when you're speaking, but you're definitely speaking in one of the breakout sessions at the huge convention, and we'll shout you out and make sure people know. The last thing I wanted to ask you before we wrap it up and go is, with a local service business that implements a door-to-door solution, one, they can get the training from you, right? Is it all online? Is it in person? How do you structure your?
Four ways. We have online, thousands of videos. In person, we send people to you. Events, you come to us. So like July 16th, 17th, we have a sales boot camp. We do recruiting boot camps, recruiting summits, things like that.
Okay.
Or one-on-one. Like we just call or we come out or we help you.
Okay, cool. When is door-to-door strategy, is that like an ongoing viable strategy for a small company that doesn't want to be small anymore? I mean, you just do it 1 year and build up your customer base and then abandon it and start doing SEO, or do you just go round the clock year after year? Let's keep going.
I mean, there's many different strategies. Some people go summer programs. Some people do blitz programs, like a week on and 2 weeks off. Some people do it year round. But it builds more noise in your markets that you're trying to target and penetrate. So the more ninjas I have in a neighborhood making noise, whether a customer says yes or no, now I put more signs up, or I get more trucks visibility in the neighborhood. But if your trucks are just sitting in your parking lot, it doesn't get you much visibility.
That's right. It gives you nothing. You got those billboards parked in the dark.
Yep, parked in the dark.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shit. I don't have a good question, Sam. My brain evaporated on me. I'm excited to see you at the huge convention, and what I really want to see is somebody sit in that room and just go like, oh my God, I've been stepping over the simplest strategy. It's right in my face. Take it and run with it and come back next year and go, look at this. We added 7 figures to our business just by having 2 teams knocking doors all day.
We've done that hundreds of times over, and I've spoken at a lot of conferences, and have lots of those stories. So I would not be surprised if that's the case.
Okay, so let me ask you this: in not being super optimistic, but just like in realistic world, let's say you guys got a company, they've got 10 technicians, they've got the staff and the leadership, they're ready to grow, but they're just going slow. And they decide tomorrow, we're going to hire Sam, and he's going to teach us how to hire and train door-to-door reps. And we want to get 6 guys out in the field. And like, how long would it take to actually implement and get people up and running and get them successful in the field?
That day, if you're willing to do it, short answer, meaning the person needs to be willing to do it themselves.
Okay.
To go think you can just like randomly go pull off Indeed a bunch of awesome door knockers that are going to just be like, good luck guys. So they have to have somebody that's willing to lead from the front.
Yeah.
And then it probably take you 2 to 3 weeks to go onboard and hire some people. And then it'll probably take you 30 to 60 days to get them trained up. So probably within 90 days is a realistic time frame when we start with a company that doesn't have this vertical to getting them like a team. And then it's like their ability to implement. We took this company that's retail siding, roofing, windows out of San Diego. No door knocking, doing $1 million a month. To 2.3 million, I think they just did in June, and they onboarded with us in January. So it's like we took their revenue and more than doubled it.
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well done. Okay, well, cool. Well, I can't wait to see you at the huge convention and give you the high five. And I'm really looking forward to the value that you bring to the industry. So thanks for jumping on.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a part of it. And then I'll be in touch with you between now and then, but thanks for coming to the huge this year. It's really big.
I'm excited. You guys don't want to miss this one. It's going to be good.
Right on.
Good.
All right. Any last questions for Jason or you guys where you're still on before we go? Last thing Jason posted up is I've got tech, so he's going to be the sales guy. He's going to lead from the front till he continues to build. Right on.
Hit us up.
All right. Well, sweet. Anything else you want to share before we tip out of here?
No. Appreciate you having me at the conference, and looking forward to meeting in person.
Likewise. All right. Have a great evening, man. Thank you. Enjoy the boat.
All right. Thanks, Sid.
See ya.